and cross elasticity. So it is known that Kx equals 6 minus 3Px plus 2Pa and Ka equal to plus Px minus 2Pa. Determine the four partial marginals demang. To find out the marginal partial, we have to find wait, ya masih. So, question number 8, determine the four partial marginal limit. To find out the marginal, so question number 8, determine the four partial marginal limit. So to find out the marginal partial, we have to find out dou Kx over dou Px equal min 3, dou Kx over dou Pa equal 2 equal dou Ka over dou Ka. So to find out the marginal partial, we have to find out the dou Kx. To find out the marginal partial, we have to find out the dou Kx over dou Px equal min 3, dou Kx over dou Pa equal to dou Ka over dou Pa equal min 1, dou Ka over dou Px equal 1. So this is the answer. And B, question number B. So, how is the relationship between the two products? To find out, use cross elasticity. This is the hal itu. So, question number B. How is the relationship between the two products? To find out, use cross elasticity. And EXPA equal dou QX over dou PA times PA over QX equal minus 2 times PA over 6 minus 3 PX minus 2 PA. So this can be crossed. Cross out, and the PX and the PX and PA values are unknown. So we use dou QX over dou PA, then 0, that it is complementary, and dou QX over dou PA greater than 0, then it has that substitution property. So cross price Newton reaction are not identical in direction. So the cross price given reaction are not in a different direction. So the answer is And the answer is that the relationship between x and y is not both, because it could be that x is the main product and y is a complement, and y has substitutes that x doesn't not. Thank you.
Okay, the question number 4. Z equal x squared plus xy plus y squared minus 6x plus 2. Step 1 is find the stationary point. Take the first partial derivatives with the respect to x and y. Dou z over dou x equal 2x plus y minus 6. And dou z over dou y equal x plus 2y. And then set both derivatives equal to 0. And 2x plus y minus 6 equals 0, and x plus y equals 0. And then from equation 2, x equal minus 2y. Substitution into equation 1. And 2 open parenthesis negative 2y and close parenthesis plus y minus 6 equal minus 4y plus y and minus 6. And then minus 3y and minus 6 equal 0, and y equal minus 2, and x equal minus 2 and open parenthesis negative 2 and close parenthesis, and then 4. So the stationary point is 4 and negative 2. is second derivative test or min and max test. And then second partial derivatives. First, we have the fxx equal dou square z over dou x square equal to, and we have f y z square z and dou y square equal to, and last we have fxy dou square z over dx dy 1, and use the discriminant or this since d is greater in 0 and fxx equal to is greater in 0, we have the according to the second derivative test, the point is 4 and negative 2 is relative minimum. So the answer is, thank you.
Hello everyone, now I'm going to explain how to solve question number 3 from the Economic Mathematics book Kalangi chapter 19, page 93, number 8. Some from this question, we need to find the function that maximizes profit as well the first and second derivative of that function. Keep on watching. First, let's write down what is given in the question. Given function, we know that we have function px equal 20 minus 20 kx minus ky, and function py equal 12 minus kx minus ky, and total cost function is kx squared plus 2ky squared. Okay, after we write the given, the next step is we answer the question. Okay, the first step is answer. For the first step, we have to find the profit function. The formula from the profit function is P equal TR minus TJ. Okay, sorry. From this formula, we can see that the total cost function is already given in this question. We'll look at the function tadi. We already know, and but the TR function is still unknown, so we have to find the total revenue function in order to calculate the profit. Formula for TR function is since the price atau P function are in the question, we multiply Px and Pa function by Qx and Qa each other function. Okay, we write PR equal 20 minus 20 Qx minus Qy multiplied by Qx. Result is 20 Qx minus 20 Qx squared minus Qx Qy. Okay. This is 5 equal 12 minus Qx minus Qy multiplied by Qy. The answer is 20 Qy minus Qx Qy minus Qy squared. Okay, after we get the result for TRX and TRY, we add them together. For function TRX equal, the formula is TRX plus TRY equal 20 Qx minus 20 Qx squared minus Qx Qy plus 12 Qy minus Qx Qy minus Q squared. So the result is 20 Qx minus 20 Qx squared minus 2 Qx Qy plus 12 Qy minus Qy squared. Okay, since we already know the TR function, now we calculate the maximum profit function. Let's write the formula again. The formula is P equal TR minus TC. P equal TR and TC. 20, the function for TR is 20 Qx minus 20 Qx squared minus 2 Qx Qy plus 12 Qy and minus Qy squared. Okay. And the total function is Qx squared plus 2 Qy squared. And the result is, while calculating, we identify which variable are similar, so we can simply, here the similar variable is Qx. The similar variable is Qx squared and Qx squared and Qxy squared and Qy squared. And the result is 20 Qx minus 21 Qx squared minus 2 Qx Qy plus 12 Qy and minus 3 Qy squared. Okay, now we find the profit function or P is 20 Qx minus 21 Qx squared minus 2 Qx Qy plus 12 Qy and minus 3 Qy squared. After we find from the profit function. We have to move to next step. Okay. After we find the profit function, we should move to the next step. The next step is to find the first partial derivative of the profit function. their derivative must be taken with respect to x and y. Okay, the formula is the first formula. We write the formula for x is dou p over dou x. Okay. To solve this, we look at the profit function. To solve this question, we look at the profit function and identify which part contain only the x variable. If it's y variable, the result will be 0. Okay. In this function, we should look at only the key x function. And the result is 20 yes, minus 42 kx, 42 kx minus 2 ky. Next, the formula for y is dou p over dou y. Same as the formula for x, the method is the same as, but the outside since it's with respect to y, we only take y variables, and the result is, look at the function, minus 20x plus 12 minus 6q. So we find the first derivative for x and y function. Further, we move to step 3. Okay, so we already have the profit function and the first derivative. Now we find the second derivative, which are based on the first derivative. The formula for second derivative with respect to variable x is, okay, we write the first formula for second derivative is dou square p over dou kx square equal dou over dou x, open the bracket, dou p over dou x close the bracket. Okay. From the first derivative, we should find the second formula, and the second derivative is, the result is minus 42. Okay, next. Ini this for formula variable x. Now we find the second derivative for variable y. We write formula first. The formula for second derivative variable y. Formula is dou square p over dou y square equal dou over dou y, open the bracket, dou p over dou y close the bracket, and the result for second derivative variable y is minus 6. After that, we also need to make sure whether the second derivative of variable x exceeds the variable y and vice versa. This part actually optional, but let's try to do it anyway. So this is an optional choice, but we want to do this anyway. And the formula is dou over dou x on the bracket bracket dou P dou Y dou Y. And how to read it is variable dou Y in the first function of dou X, and the result is minus 2. Okay, like that. The second formula is dou, this is for variable Y, dou over dou Y, open the bracket, dou P over dou X, close the bracket, equal. How to read that is same as the read from the dou X variable. So we read that as variable dou X in the first function of dou Y. The result is same as the variable dou X is minus 2. Okay, so the result of these two calculations will be the same. Okay, that's all for my explanation of this question. Thank you.
Hello, I will explain about the number 6 from Nicholson book. Okay. The question is, a same manufacturer has the following total revenue and total cost function. And this is the total revenue and this is the total cost. Where he noted number of shares. The firm currently is producing 2,000 shares a month. And the first question is 2,000 shares the profit maximizing quantity of production? If so, and why if not? What should the firm do to increase profit? Okay, first we need to calculate the profit function, which is the profit function is total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue is and this is the profit function, and then take the first derivative to find what profit is maximized. And the first derivative is this. And now plug in key 2000 to this formula. So and the result is 1.5. This result is positive. It means profit is still increasing at 2,000 shares. So 2,000 is not the profit maximizing quantity, and the firm should produce more than 2,000 shares to increase the profit. And question B is before that because this is not the quantity to produce maximum profit, we need to know the quantity of profit maximum. get the maximum profit, we need to set the first derivative to null. And to get the maximum profit, the company has to produce 2,150 syrup. And second question is, what is profit at E2000? To solve this problem, we just need to substitute the 2000 to this formula. And the result is and this is the result. And the question is, what is the maximum amount of profit that is firm could earn? Okay, we know that the maximum profit will get if the quantity is the amount of quantity. So we just substitute this quantity to the formula function, profit function. And this is the result from if we produce this the quantity. Okay, this is the maximum profit. Okay, maybe that's all from me. I'm sorry for my mistake. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amalia. So now I want to explain how to solve constraint optimization problem using the Lagrange from 38 chapter 19 Halangi's books. In this problem, we are given a function to maximize. There is f of xy equals 24x minus 32y minus x squared minus y squared. And there is also a constraint. There is x plus 2y equals 9. But we can rewrite like this because we set to 0. So 9 minus x plus 2 equals 0. And then the question question is find the value of x and y that maximize the utility function under the constraint. Now let's move to the step for solving the problem. The first, we find the Lagrange function. F of xy lambda equals fxy plus lambda open brackets gxy close brackets. So 24x minus 32y minus x squared minus y squared plus lambda in brackets 9 minus x plus 2 plus so 24x minus 32y minus x squared minus y squared plus 9 lambda 9 lambda minus x lambda minus 2y lambda. So we get Lagrange function this is. And the second step is partial derivative of f respect to x and f respect to y. Partial derivative of f respect to x, we got 24 minus 2x equals lambda. This is equation 1. And we find f respect to y. We got minus 32 minus 2y minus 2 lambda equals 0. And we set 0. Don't forget. Minus minus 32 minus 2y equals 2 lambda. And then partial derivative of f respect to y, we got minus 16 minus y equals lambda, and this is the equation 2. And now the second step is substitute lambda equals lambda. So lambda 24 minus 2x equals minus 4 plus we get the answer. This is 40 equals minus y plus 2x. This is the equation 3. Okay, now we find partial derivative of f of xy lambda equals 24x minus 32y minus x squared minus y squared plus f lambda minus x lambda minus 2y lambda. And we find partial derivative of f respect to lambda. So we get 9 minus x minus 2y And don't forget to set to 0. So 9 equals x plus 2y, and this is the equation 4. And then we substitute equation 3 and equation 4. This and this. 2x plus 2x minus y, sorry. X plus 2y. The function we times to 2. This is 0 and minus 5y equals 2, and y is 22 over minus 5, and get y is minus 4.4. And find x substitute y is minus 4.4 to equation 4 or 3. But I want to take equation 3. This y. And we substitute this minus 4.4 equals 14. So 2x equals 14 plus this minus times minus is plus 4.4 and 35.6, and we over 2. X and then x squared. And then we find the y is minus 4.4 and x equals 16.8. And now the step 6 is find the lambda. So we get is minus 12.6. Okay. To confirm if it's a maximum, we use Hessian formula. So we find second partial derivative of f respect to x squared, and f respect to y squared, and f respect to xy. And then we find a partial derivative 2 of xy equals x plus 2y. G respect to x and g respect to y. So we get 1 and we get 2. And the Hessian formula is 2 multiple gx times gy times fxy minus xy squared times fx squared minus gx squared times fy squared. So 2 times 1 times 2 times 0 minus 2 squared times minus 2 minus 1 squared times minus 2, and we got 10. And Hessian greater than 10. Okay. We find f of x, y. We substitute x and substitute y to the function. 24 x so we get 230 31.8. Okay. Based on result, we know if the point is matched because greater than 10. So the value of the value of f x 17.8 and y is minus 4.4 will maximum the function and value is 231.8. Thank you.